All right, what's going on, bro?
Man, what's going on, boss? How you doing,
I'm
man?
great, man. Can you tell the people your name and your age?
Man, my name is Rob Jones, man. I'm 29 right now, born and raised Tampa, Florida.
Born and raised, that's
Yes,
what's
sir.
up.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so I
sir.
see you got some dope locks, man. I had to stop you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man. I've been growing them for a while, bro. I've been going through phases like where I add some color to them, you feel me? And then the color, I let the color grow out, you feel me? And I kind of like trim it at the point where all the color grew out to. So, you feel me? I kind of keep them at like a certain length. I don't want them too long. I play football, so I don't like them getting them pulled out and stuff like that. And anytime I got, like, if they get too thin, I like to join them together, you feel me? A part of that unity type of deal. So, I've been growing it for a while now, bro. Probably like 10 years, even though it don't look like it, but it's just like been a process. I done been through the struggle. I done, had them, almost all of them, start coming off my ends, rip out. Had to, start over the process again, and just go through the journey and, get into back to where I feel like it's at a healthy point, somewhere that I can manage and make sure that I'm just keeping up with it,
Word.
So, yeah.
That's what's up, man. So a lot of people don't know about locks and how to take care of them, and there's a misconception that maybe they're dirty or just unkempt. So how do you maintain your locks?
I'm making sure that I'm washing it consistently. Like, even though don't let my hairdresser see that. She don't like me washing my hair too much, so because she said you wash all of the nutrients out of it, but she said you do want to at least have some type of consistent flow where you are washing the nutrients out and putting them back in. And she said don't use so much shampoo, use more conditioner. So those are type of like little things that I added into like my little regimen. And I'm trying to go, herbal oils. So I'm trying to stay away from the greases and stuff like that, because I just found it, maybe like once a month, I may put a little bit of like, maybe some grease or something like that, so to speak. But for the most part, I'm doing a lot of oils, a lot of natural stuff, bro. I'm not really trying to put a lot of chemicals and stuff. And like when I look on the back of something, product that I get from my hair, I want to make sure it says herbal things. I want to make sure it doesn't say anything that I can't pronounce. I'm trying to stay on that flow and everything. It should be easily dissolved. It shouldn't stick to your hair. Feel like you can't rub it in all the way. So, those are just a little tricks of the trade that I done picked up, on my journey.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's good info. Definitely want to stay away from the stuff you can't pronounce.
Right.
Keep it natural.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what inspired you to get locks?
Honestly, bro, everybody who I felt like had locks was just a different bond with their hair. It was just a different bond from the guys who brushing their hair all the time. Guys who have the locks are typically, it looks a little bit more, how can I say, a little bit more passionate, as far as like when you see somebody messing with their hair, as far as when they have locks versus when they have a low cut. You're like, man, I'm trying to get my thing all the way right. You ain't never seen nobody with locks do that. So it's like, all right. And I had the misconception that it was less maintenance, but honestly, it's a little bit more maintenance. But that gives you, a different understanding, like just a different perspective, as far as like just taking care of yourself, making sure that your body, mind, body, spirit, everything is like going on in the same realm. You feel me? So, they just grew a part of me, man. My mama got locks, my grandma got locks. Like my grandma locks all the way down to here, and she also helped me. Like if I come over there, she's like, your hair dry. Oh man, you can see it from over there. Like I gotta go get something done, man. So, but yeah, man, just everybody around me, my uncles, everybody got locks around me. So it's just like it's almost like a family thing at this point, man. And everybody got similar products. My grandma gonna have the roster stuff, so I'm gonna go over there hit her up for some products. The lime and coconut type of stuff. So she make a lot of, my uncle make a lot of remedies at home remedies, the aloe and the cactus juice, mix it together, and he'll put that straight in his head, let that sit on there, wash it out, rinse and repeat, So it's like little tricks of the trade that I done learned, just how to make sure you want to make sure that your hair is feeling soft at all times. Anytime that it's hard, it's dry. So you want to make sure that it's soft, well nourished, well kept, so you can lick your best whenever you're ready to step. Never telling where you're gonna go, where you're gonna end up at. So
Hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. When I heard the aloe and cactus, I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
so somebody like me, I freeform my hair, and that's a big staple for me is the aloe. So did you ever consider freeforming your hair?
I have considered freeforming, bro. Like I'm more closer to freeforming now than I ever was, because I always like I want to have it like looking neat and stuff like that. And once I felt like I started to like get to like Freeform, I kind of combined them together and kind of like, you know, you can't really tell right now, but I have like, you know, maybe I call them fingers or hands, you know, I have some with 5 locks hanging out the end of them. So I started joining them together and kind of like more like unity. Like I'm closer to Freeform, almost palm tree, but you know, I'm like right there in the middle, you know. So you know, a lot of my guys, I'm a personal trainer, I work with NFL guys, so some of my NFL guys, they're starting to transition to Freeform, you know. So even like having it looking in a professional way, like having Freeform like something that, you know, is getting more and more accepted now. You know, as far as, you know, if I was to do like something major to myself, I would go Freeform, honestly. Like I would let mine grow out till I had a lot of new growth, chop them up right there, and then, you know, go Freeform from there. So I already have my, you know, I already got a little idea of like what's my next step, you know, if I was to, you know, move on from where I'm at now.
Yeah, and you're right. I like what you said about it being more accepted, because now you got guys like Jay-Z, Cam Newton, you know, J. Cole freeforming and really just trendset, showing that the natural way is really to be accepted. So what exactly does your hair mean to you? Because for some people it's more spiritual, some it's more aesthetic. So someone with so much experience, 10 years with locks, what does your hair mean to you?
I would have to say that, you know, it's more the unity aspect of it. You know, it's just having that bond with myself, being able to connect with myself, you know, on a spiritual level. Like, I'm a very spiritual individual, so like whenever like there's something off as far as like your hair is off, like it throws your whole body out of whack, it feels like sometimes. So like if I look in the mirror and I'm like, man, what's going on with my hair? Like, you know, I don't even feel right, you know, as a person. Like, you know, even like social media and stuff like that, I find like if I haven't been taking care of my hair alone, just hair alone, I won't even get in front of no camera, man. I do a lot of first person views on my angles, and I feel like that's some of that comfortability has to do with, you know, my appearance. You know, and one of the biggest parts of my appearance is my hair. So if I can't be presentable or approachable, you know, in my business, then I feel as though that's like, hey, I'm losing revenue, losing clients, losing marketing, losing networking. So it plays a huge role, and I can understand and I can feel the difference in how people look at me when I'm manicured up, or however you want to say, clean cut, however you want to say, and between the difference when I'm a little bit more freeform, a little bit letting my hair do its thing, you know. So it just all depends on just like aspect and where I'm at and what part of, you know, what's going on at the time in the moment. You know, a lot of times I like to be a little bit more presentable just so I can be able to, you know, adapt into any network that I'm in, you know, and not be as much of, you know, an outsider in a different population. So just trying to make sure that I'm staying on top of my game as far as making sure I'm presentable and approachable, man. And that's probably like the big basis of, you know, what I go by, what I've been going by more recently, like making sure that my hair is healthy. If I'm gonna be personal trainer and taking care of my body, make sure my body is healthy, make sure my mind is healthy, make sure, you know, my hair is healthy. So it all goes in full circle, and I'm trying to just encompass all of that in my everyday life.
Awesome, bro. So you're a personal trainer, and you've been doing that for how long?
I've been doing personal training about 5 years now. 5 years. I've been working with NFL guys all the way across the league. Probably really big on names, but guys like names. So I got like a lot of former Florida guys: Brian Poole, Vernon Hargraves, Marcus May. You know, a lot of the guys that I work with, Ryan Smith. So I got guys, the Griffin twins. I work with guys all over across the league and stuff like that. So. And almost all those guys that I name has locks or some sort of freeform hair. So, you know, it's like a family, you know, so, you know, and you talking about millionaires that has the same type of hairstyles that we have, you know, so like I said, it's getting more and more culturally accepted, and being able to maneuver around certain crowds and certain individuals and certain populations, no matter how you look, and so you can be comfortable, you know. And that's kind of like the basis of, you know, what I be trying to stress. Like, all right, just as long as I'm comfortable, as long as I feel good, like, you guys are gonna judge me regardless. Like, all right, so as long as I'm comfortable, as long as I make sure that my hair is, you know, nutrients, make sure I got nutrients in my hair, and I'm happy with how I walk out the house that day, you know, everything else is, you know, painting walls on the picture, you know. So it's just like you guys looking at this image, but not necessarily getting the, you know, the nutrients that's coming out of it, you know. So the person that's actually behind the paint, so, you know, give them the real substance, not just like what you see, you know, paint a picture.
Real talk. Man, you're very well spoken. You know, you're a confident dude. I don't even know you, but I'm proud of you, bro.
Yes,
for real.
Yeah,
for real. So like, how does confidence and Locs connect? Is there any connection between the two?
Definitely. Cause I got guys that cut their locks, and all of them like, man, I wish I never did it. I wish I never did it. Like, I done had guys who cut their locks and then regrow them again. Like, and now they're back at the same spot where they at. They're like, nah, bro, I ain't never cut mine again. Like, so you have those feelings, like, and I feel as though like that confidence thing is a part of like. It's like cutting a lion's hair off. You know, how much more I like, you know, that kind of takes a little of the ferociousness out of them. You know, so it's just like, confidence is everything, man. And you got to be confident and comfortable in the skin that you're in. You know, at the end of the day, like, you know what you're capable of, man. You can't let nobody else's opinions dictate how you feel or what you do or how you move. So it's like, man, I've been like watching a lot of philosophers and stuff, and it's like, even sometimes your parents, all right, you deem their opinions too valuable. So it's just like, man, having that confidence and knowing like, can't nobody tell me nothing. I know where I'm headed in life. I know what I want to accomplish, and I know how to do it. And you know, and you keep that mindset, bro, and it's just like that thing will ooze out of you. So I guess that's at the point where I'm at now, you know, the realization. But you know, that's just like the biggest part of it, bro. It's just like, my hair is definitely confidence for me. Like, it's a big confidence booster for me. Like, I remember transitioning from high school when I didn't have hair to college when I did have hair. You know, just as far as like light and day, as far as like personality, a little bit more outspoken, a little bit more outgoing. You know, and that even transition to my on the field performance, you know, and I felt like that attributed to my on field performance because I was a little bit more comfortable. I felt a little bit more as a beast, you know. I felt like a little bit more growing into myself, you know. So it's just like, as my hair grew, my body grew, my mental grew, my understanding grew, you know. So I'm in university, you know, so I'm expanding my knowledge. So I just felt like it was an abundance of, you know, just growing at that point, and it's just been, you know, sticking with me ever since. So, you know, I try to also make sure not too many hands touching my head, you know, bad energies, bad vibes, you know. I don't want to make sure that, you know, I transition to one person right now, and like, there's only one person who will really touch my hair. The only other person who will touch my hair is me, honestly. Well, my grandma, because I let her hair on. So, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm just trying to make sure that I don't let too much outside presence take control of what I got going on and try to alter my energy, my flow, what I got going on. So that's just a lot of things.
Very well said, man. So, man, you've given a lot of people a lot of value in this interview, man.
Yes, sir.
So can you leave them with one piece of advice if they're wanting to start Locs or maybe don't know what to do, what products to use? What's just a piece of advice that you would give them, someone with 10 years of experience?
So like I said, I'm a personal trainer, man. This is my shirt, man. This just one of the ones that's, you know, I was working on, you know, getting some new merchandise and stuff like that, but I just washed and dried, and it almost got that black on black look, and it almost gave you that stealth like. So this is one of my workout shirts, man. You know, so my advice would be, don't quit, you know, because that's the motto of the shirt. Don't quit, yo. That's the motto of the brand. You know, don't quit. Get Extra Fit is my motto, man. So don't follow me on social media, Mr. Extra Fit. That's extrafit, no E, XTRAFIT. You know, so that's my motto, man. Don't quit. If you want to start something and you trying to get somewhere in life, and I apply that don't quit motto to all principles in life. So if you got somebody who's looking to be an athlete, who wants to reach to that professional level, don't quit. You know, you got to make sure that you stand consistent every day and improving and working on your craft. You know, if you got somebody who's in school about to be a doctor or a lawyer, you know, a nurse or anything like that, same mindset, man. Don't quit. Make sure that you taking your studies extra serious, making sure that you putting in that extra work, you know, so that you can, you know, put yourself in the position that you want to be at, you know, and that's the motto, man. Don't quit, get extra fit, and that's what you got to believe in.
My man, I hope y'all taking notes, man. This man's talking that real stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes,
man,
sir.
I appreciate you, Doug.
Already, folks. Definitely, boss, man. Much love, man.